Bring your phone up. Oh, I think we're live, Matt. Sorry, I'm
Right,
just
we've
so
done
swept up and using Tana mobile. Finally,
it. Amazing.
I didn't notice. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, good, very good. Good to be here. Yes, great to celebrate the release of the mobile app as well as explore some other stuff.
Yes, finally. So, like anyone in the community knows, this is a long-awaited release, and if you felt that in the community, you have no idea how much we've felt it inside the company. So getting this out the door, getting it in your hands has been like a massive step, and
Yeah,
it's just going to be improved from here on out. So a lot
yeah,
of fun.
awesome. So that's going to be a focus for us today. And what have we got planned?
Yes, so we are going to talk mobile. We have some Tanarians joining us to talk about mobile, and we're going to just look at the UI just slightly. We have Olav Sindre, one of our founders, is going to join us to talk about what's happening next, where we're going. We have some brief messages about the affiliate program and ambassadors, and then community corner. That's it. Short and sweet
Awesome.
today, but a lot of fun stuff to go through.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get into it.
Let's do it. So, without further ado, let's bring Emil and Seb on stage to talk mobile. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey, Seb. Hey, Emil.
Hey guys.
Hey,
So,
thanks for
welcome to
coming
the
in.
office hours. Yeah.
thank you.
So, I can tell you that there are already people in the community saying good morning and in languages from around and good evening. So, we know this is from around the world. So, everyone, if you have questions, we'll try and get to stuff. But yeah, just keep the posts and comments coming.
Awesome. And maybe a bit of an intro. Emil, you're working on voice in Tana, particularly on the mobile app as well. So we'll ask you a question or two on voice. And Seb, you've been probably a chief, would I say chief designer and developer, or one of the central people in the mobile app, as well as, are you responsible for all the bugs, I think? Is that right, Seb?
All the bugs, yes. I've implemented all of them, and
Yeah.
yeah, and then I fixed
Uh,
half of them. Yeah.
Great.
yeah. Great. And obviously also really central for time capture. So you've been working on this for a long time and it's a lot of your thinking. So perhaps maybe that's where we start. Seb, what stands out to you as awesome as part of the new mobile app?
Good question. I mean, I think it's a really kind of a sort of souped up version of the capture app, but with all these other things as well, like being able to read your graph and search and find content when you're on the go. Um, and I think like Emil is probably going to talk about. I think like the capture thing that's like really improved is voice and the way we process voice and lets you kind of go from very unstructured kind of rants to structured content, and it's amazing to use. Like I use it quite a lot, and I just find it so cool to come back to my Tana and then everything is like sorted out. And the other thing about the kind of capture part that's really improved, I think, is being able to pick the destination and that super tag for the thing, which saves me so much time. Like I know I want to like record some kind of furniture design or something like that. I can just put it in and I know that it just will appear in my page later. And I think, yeah, for me, I'm not a inbox processing person. Like I would rather, I know what it is immediately. So I'd like rather just put it in and then, let it come to me later. But yeah, I understand that there's lots of people who like the inbox as well. So, uh, but yeah, I think that I think being able to find my content and stuff, and it's really important on the go. And I'm still kind of looking forward to having editing, uh, which we are working on. But it's not just yet. But I think we're sort of inching our way towards an editing experience on mobile as well. So yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, maybe that's a good next question there to jump in. What were the challenges? Obviously, this was a long time coming, and we've worked very hard on this in multiple iterations. In a brief kind of way, what were the things that were hard?
So I think the hardest part is kind of maybe is that Tana is kind of a complex sort of editor, and we have lots of different views, and you can do lots of different stuff. We didn't want to implement all of that in native because it would have meant that everything would be much slower, but we still wanted like a native feel and to try and make it as snappy as possible. So we have this, maybe this is getting a little bit technical, but we have this sort of hybrid solution where we're using sort of native navigation patterns and native navigations and stuff, and but mixing it with the web view so that you get kind of the best from the Tana. I call it the editor, or even though you can't edit, but the Tana web editor, and also some of the sort of familiar platform-specific navigation patterns and stuff like that. So it just makes it feel very sort of mobile-y, and yeah, I don't know. But the challenge, sorry, was getting those two pieces to work well together. I think that was a huge challenge. We're still working on that challenge, but we're kind of getting closer to somewhere that feels good. And
Yeah. And I mean, this wasn't your first go at that too. So there's been a long private history, I guess, of experimentation in mobile to get to this point. So yeah, I don't know if you've got some. Yeah, can you give us some context on that? Was it something that we just started a month or two ago and released, or is this a long winding journey to get here?
yeah, it's a journey that started when I started working at Tana, I think, more than 2 years ago, almost three. So we've been working on mobile the whole time, but it's just had different priorities through the years. But we ended up a year and a half ago or something on Tana Capture because we weren't able to deliver with what we had and the resources we had at the time a full kind of experience then. And we thought, let's push out something that will give some value and let you at least get stuff into your graph. So now we have kind of the next step, which is taking some of the ideas that we had before Tana Capture and then turning them into reality now that we have a little bit more. We have more developers, we have more resources, we can kind of work on that. And I think, yeah, now we're at the sort of read stage with a little bit of editing, and then the next step would be kind of getting a more full editing experience on mobile. I'm really looking forward to that day because that will be super important for lots of our users and for me. So yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, awesome. Might switch over to Emil as well at this point. So Emil, you've been working on voice, and that's clearly very important for us and a big opportunity for a brand new set of workflows and changing how we work with our computers, really. So very important and exciting. What have been some of the challenges you've faced with that, as well as the interesting stuff like autofill?
Yeah, so I think voice is not the big enabler here. It's voice combined with AI. That's really interesting. And getting your unstructured thoughts in a way that you're able to, they actually provide value for you. Like one of the use cases, I'll get your questions as well, Matt, but Darren asked for a use case. And for me, I usually start my day with thinking out like, what's the three most important things I want to do today? What's the intent I have for the day? Do I have any family tasks I need to take care of, any admin and so forth? And I sit and write that down at my desk. But now I can just go on my morning walk. I start the recording into my daily plan, and it just parses that data in a good way for me, and it's there on my desk when I get back. And I think that's awesome. And it's not just about parsing exactly what you said. You can do so much with the super tags and the fields. So I have one field that is feedback, like, does this plan for the day sound reasonable? Is it overpacked? Is it anything I should think about? And the AI kind of gives me feedback on what I planned for the day. And I think that's a cool way to think about it. It's just not filling out the information for you. It's actually adding more stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
And that's also one of the challenges, though. Exactly like with autofill, for example, where we fill out fields. Sometimes you only want to fill out a field on specifically what you said. You don't want the AI to use its own knowledge or get the date from somewhere else. But sometimes you want it to be able to fill out the field. So, for example, the author of a book or the date when the book was published. So it's a tricky problem to solve. What intent does the user have for this particular field when we are autofilling it? And it's 3 categories, like fill out exactly what you said, answering or feedback based on what you said in overall, and kind of like fill out based on what the AI knows, who's the author, and so forth. And like I have been struggling with that, but I'm trying to do like a good set of defaults. And then using AI instructions, we hope that you will be able to give instructions for the AI if you have I only want you to fill in knowledge on this, or I only want you to fill in this field if I said something explicitly about it. So that's how you can configure your super tags to steer it in the direction you want. So that's been a challenge, but I think we're getting there.
Awesome.
Another thing is currently it's a one shot. You do one recording and you kind of hope it will get it right. So I'm excited about a future where we can have a multi-shot and you maybe see it like real time what the AI will structure for you.
Yeah.
Or just like editing, send in a new voice recording with some amendment or additional information that you can do. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the step after that is real-time conversations with AI and where it can manipulate your Tana graph for you. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff. And just like on the importance, I think it's like, I don't think it's only important when you're on the go. I see myself also using it when we're on the desk. So I really like to bring this experience to the desktop as well. So you can browse around and talk to Tana in the same way.
Yeah, I find that myself a lot more efficient, particularly with brainstorming or early stage ideas where you're trying to really work out what you're trying to say in live time. So being able to just talk and then afterwards having some outputted structure for that really effective to get over that first or the blank page problem really. So really really cool. Brage, do you want to show off some stuff from the mobile app?
I'll just nothing that hasn't been shown already, but this is basically just a walkthrough of some of the capabilities of mobile. Just wanted to bring it up, so if there's anything interesting that pops up, we can actually talk about it. So this is showing just how you can now finally browse on both platforms, desktop and mobile, and it's in sync. So I think on this one, I'm just showing off adding a tag node to the Today page, which is automatically synced across platforms. And if this isn't exciting to you, you don't know how long we've been working on this, because this is super exciting to everyone that's working on it. And you mentioned, Seb, the editing. So obviously you can do some basic editing already, which is you can set field values and you can obviously check boxes already, which albeit not like full editing, it's still super useful in some cases. You saw me here just added today, the today value to due date, which brings this up in relevant contexts around my graph. Second thing here is just basically capturing straight to a super tag, which you can now do. And for all of these first examples, I just use text. I'm not using voice. And the reason is simply for the sake of filming this. It's difficult you can't speak to your phone when you're sharing screen with the desktop. But essentially, you can now navigate to the super tags. And if you have a great one set up like Emil has with his morning briefings, you can just long press and then start talking to it, and it will automatically fill out these fields that are now empty for this blog post. So the third thing here is kind of speaking of the use cases, some things we're experimenting with that's super valuable in the go-to-market team is having these inboxes where you can just talk while you're out walking and capture multiple things. So I think this is an example that we're just experimenting with, which is, I think now I'll skip past forwards a bit. I'm just setting up a one-on-one meeting, and here I'm just talking to this inbox. I'll just jump past here. Yes, I'm just speaking to an inbox It'll get there in a second, I think. This is not behaving properly. Okay, yeah. So speaking to an inbox for just a couple of seconds, and once it's done, you will see that in the desktop, some like agenda items are extracted and then sent to like a meeting I have in the near future, a fictional meeting in this case. So I think this is one of the use cases we think once we're like fully explore them, they're going to be super powerful.
Definitely feels like it's turning super tags into pretty much apps, right? Like processes that you can run in particular places for particular things. Really, really unlocks more power that was already there for super tags.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a podcast unlocked like a new space where you could be entertained while you're doing the dishes or you're out running. This unlocks a new area or time in your day when you can be productive. So just out walking, out for like a run, you can just speak to your phone. And when you get back, you actually have structured knowledge related to your work in all the right places if you've set this up correctly, which is just, yeah, super powerful. So
Awesome.
that's all of all for the video. I think it's just looped back now. Is there anything more you want to talk about, Seb or Eamon? Something you want to mention about mobile?
I can't think of anything right now. No.
No.
Yeah, awesome.
We're still working on it, and we're not going to stop working on it. That's at least something.
There's a lot to say, but there's a lot to do as well. So
yeah.
Yes.
But
I'm going to actually, I'm going to ask the Can I ask the obvious, inevitable one? The Android question.
It's being worked on very hard by some incredibly competent people, and I can't promise anything about dates, but it is looking pretty good now. So let's hope we'll have it soon. But it's getting better, and all the work that we're doing on iOS is also helping the Android development. So, but I think just the one thing I wanted to add was just your feedback, like the community's feedback, is so important to us. And it's like we're not able to continue doing this kind of development without your feedback. So it's invaluable, and we really, really, really appreciate it. Even though sometimes this hits a little bit hard, either there are bugs or some shortcuts we take in to get it out, but it's just so good for us to get feedback, and it means a lot to us, and it means that we can continue to make a better product together. So that's it.
Awesome. So DM Seb with any yeah, fantastic. All right, thanks for coming in, Emil and Seb. Let's move on, Brage, to the next bit. So very have a good one.
Yeah, just threw them off stage there. Sorry about that. Okay, we have to move on. The show must go on. Okay, so we are bringing up on stage Olav, one of our founders, Olav Sindre, to talk about some exciting stuff, like what's coming up, where we're going. So with no further ado, you know him, you love him. Here's Olav Sindre to join us. Hey, man.
My two favorite office hour hosts. There are no better.
At least
people. How are you?
Top three. Good.
Top three. Yeah, you're top three of the three I know. So how was Emil and Seb?
They were good. I think so.
Right. Yes.
We have some amazing, talented people here. Besides the two of you, we have more. We have more. Yeah. Well, it's been great. It's great to see mobile out. Oh my God, have we worked hard on that? And oh my God, have it kept us awake for years, 84 years. No, at least for I think we've been on and off for a couple of years, actually working to find the right way to do it. It's like Seb talked about, it's an innovation in itself. So it's and it's just the first version, right? We have a lot of things coming. So that's super exciting. And the community has been so amazing with the feedback. And now we're just waiting to get it into the App Store, and we're waiting on the Android, which there are some amazing people working super hard to get that over the line. So yeah, super happy for the team and for the users. So
yes,
fantastic.
A lot of people waiting for this, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
So what happens next? So all right, we've got mobile. We put the feed up for a day, And then what happens?
Yeah, so what's happening now is we're working towards launch, our first launch, and that's going to be hopefully, or not hopefully, it's going to be in January. We don't have a date yet, but we're working double time to get there to finally have liftoff on this rocket that we spent so long prepping. And the team is just doubling down on everything we need to do to get there. You all know our roadmap or the chapters that Grim posted. You can find that on our webpage, so you know what we're working on. But hopefully over New Year's, we're going to launch on Product Hunt. Oh, and this is super important. So this is calling all Tanarians. We need your help. So we're going to launch on Product Hunt, and we need all of the support we can get. Your comments, your feedback. But what's important that if you want to support us on this first step of our public journey, then remember to create your accounts on Product Hunt today if you haven't already. If you created like a week before, there's a lot of the support that's going to come through comments and sharing and help that will be downplayed because their algorithm downranks a lot of the support you get from new accounts. So please, everyone, make a Product Hunt account today and be ready to help us when the rocket is gonna have liftoff. And that's the amazing part. I just have to say that, like, we've been building this for almost 4 years. We've had our amazing community. We have I think we had 23 Tanarians in the community. And
23,000.
it's yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 23. Really small, but they're really we love them. No, thousands. Yeah, across the globe, right? We have people in Sydney that's had meetups. We have in Beijing that had meetups. We had a meetup in SF, and we couldn't be prouder that we've actually created a product that's been community built. Like, we've tried to listen to everything you've said, all of your challenges, not necessarily building the features you think is right, but the features we think you need. And I think voice is going to be such a big part of this. Like Darren said, like, he doesn't feel it's natural for him, and I can see that it's not natural for a lot of people, but I think that has to do with the context of which we've used it and the level of effect we've had from voice. It's not been good enough until now. And we really believe that voice will lead to keyboard. And remember, like, capitalism hunts margins. So I think that, and margins are in productivity. So I really believe that we're going to see a change in office spaces, and we're going to see a change in how people actually deal with their work, utilizing voice, because it's so fast, right? It's so fast. So it just needs to be good enough. And we really believe that Tana is going to be the next generation all-in-one workspace that's going to be really utilizing voice and AI. So that's super exciting.
And we're gearing up to showcase some more use cases when it comes to using voice as well going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Now, just a quick question from the community here, which I think we might have skipped over. Which is from Analo. What is Product Hunt?
So Product Hunt is, I guess it's a place where people launch a product, and you can go in and review tech products, and you can vote on your favorites, and you can find reviews like the reviews you get on Amazon, like this is good for this, or this is good for that. So it's both a review site, and it's also a place where tech products are known to launch. So it's basically it's one of our channels where we will prioritize our launch, but we also have that in different channels. And if you haven't joined the community already, go into tana.inc/community, follow the Slack link. The community always gets the word out first on what we're doing, and that will continue. And that's the best place to let us know what you think about Tana and get to know other Tanarians. And we're actually trying to create a community where you grow as a person. So Matt is doing some incredibly interesting thing there. Are you going to talk about that in the office hours, Matt?
Yeah, I think I will at the end.
So I'll just steal it now. So what he's doing is I'm like.
All right.
Cool. I was gonna, the 23 people that are They already know.
23 people in community has a lot of say, though. They have a lot of
That's
say.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, we might get you back in when we talk about launch, and we might have an AMA before the end of the year too. So that'd be awesome.
We will.
Yeah.
But go into producthunt.com, create your account, and be ready to support us when we launch. If you want to support us on this journey, that's super important.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming
guys.
in, Olav.
Yeah, thank you so much, all, for joining us. Amazing.
Okay. Bye.
All right, that's great. Yeah, so
was a
exciting
much
times
better-
ahead, Matt. Actually
Much
getting
better.
close to launch.
Getting close to launch. I was going to say that was a much better exit there, Brage. You just didn't like cut Olav off.
Yeah, not mid-sentence at least. Yeah, getting better. Yeah, so really excited to about what's to come soon. So yeah.
Okay, let's go through a few other things before we finish off. We're going to probably run over for time, aren't we, today, Brage?
Yes.
Yep, that's okay. Let's start with affiliates. You're launching the affiliate program.
Yeah, so we have plans for basically making an amazing program where if you love Tana and you want to talk about how you use it, and you know that people will be interested in this, and you can spread the word of Tana, you should be rewarded for that. You should be paid for those efforts. So like this is something, it's nothing new. We've been planning this for a long time, but we're finally launching an affiliate program, which is going to be amazing. Currently in the process of just setting it up. We'll be testing it in December with a small group, which will consist of our ambassadors, our amazing ambassadors, in addition to some other people, just to get like a bit larger number. And then it's going to be launched for real as we launch over New Year's. So if you think that you have stuff you want to share about Tana, if you want to make some content, if you know there are people in your circle that should know about Tana and you want to like be rewarded for spreading it, definitely go into the community. In the announcements channel, I have put out the type form, so you can join the waiting list and be first in line when we test and then launch the affiliate program, which is going to be amazing. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Looking really good. It's going to be a great program.
Excellent. And related, we also ramping up our ambassadors too. We've got some incredible ambassadors. I think it's 14 or 15 now. And they've been with us for a long time. They create amazing content, as well as our navigators, Tana navigators, who are like our kind of expert community guides in the Slack and elsewhere. And we put out a call last week or the week before for new ambassadors, and we got a good response from a lot of people, and always looking for more. So if you're really keen to create content about Tana, as well as help build an audience of people who are interested in learning about Tana, as well as workflows it enables, get in contact, because both with our affiliates and ambassadors, it feels like we're about to take off on those, doesn't it, Brage?
Yeah, super exciting times.
Definitely
the right time to join if you want to talk about Tana.
Yeah, great. All right, anything else for today?
I think that's it for updates. I think you have some stuff from the community that's definitely worth looking at. Should I just bring up your screen?
Yes. Yep, for sure. We normally do the community quarter, which is just a few highlights from the things that have happened in the community over the last month. This month, no different from other months, full of energy, full of activity, and full of cool stuff. So pulled out a few highlights for us to go through. First one that stood out to me was this one from William Van Sweden, who his team uses Monday.com. He uses Tana, wanted to find a way to have an all-in-one workspace where he only did his work in Tana and had the stuff come to him. So he created an integration where if he gets assigned a task in Monday, it will show up in Tana for him. And then vice versa, if he updates a status in Tana, he can update Monday and it will flow back to his team. So it kind of prioritizes this idea of not having to search for information, but essentially working in the one place and having everything come to you, which is very powerful. So really cool workflow to see.
That's awesome. I haven't seen that. That's really, really cool.
That was really nice. So this one, another one, Alexander Pushin published this one only a few days ago, but it was a form website. So you can go create a form and it will automatically send stuff to Tana from there. So really exciting. We've experimented, a few people in the team experimented with this previously internally and got some prototypes that will eventually progress, but certainly love to see this. So what happens is you create a form with any kind of question on there, and then from there, once the user hits submit, it goes across into Tana as a formatted table or whatever you want to do in terms of the views. So really amazing to see. And yeah, this is going to unlock a lot of stuff. You can do this with like Typeform or Google Forms now if you want to use the API through Zapier or something else. But certainly to have a native Tana form would be awesome. So this is a really nice first step towards that, and really cool to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Next one, Mark Midlick, who is one of our recent navigators, released this voice workflow. So spoken notes in the morning, and it processes that into particular insights and things to do. So I'm probably not doing justice to Mark's workflow here, but it is a sign that people are starting to experiment with using voice for things like, journaling and kind of capturing those ideas in your head that are hard or half articulated. It's a really nice way to do it. So to have this as a morning workflow using voice, very cool to see from Mark as well.
Yeah, and I think I think the questions we had about voice from the chat here they're super valid. Like they don't see how it's natural to kind of get into these use cases, and we are aware. And like, there's a reason we haven't started really sharing these voice workflows. Is that our priority is making it super simple for you to set these up for yourself. And once they're super simple to set up, then we're definitely going to show you more about how to do this. Obviously, advanced users can already set these up, but like using voice, especially from mobile, and getting everything into your all-in-one workspace is just immensely powerful.
Yeah, agree. And it feels unusual in the sense that I've been using keyboard for 25 years or whatever, and this is a new type of work or new type of interaction. But I've been talking to people and talking about ideas for longer. So there is something, if you can just get over this first initial period of experimentation, I think it's going to feel very natural to talk about your ideas as opposed to typing.
Like me and my girlfriend have a brainstorming inbox where basically we just put my phone down on the table and we talk about stuff like ideas we want to do for the family, etc. And it captures all of those, and it's set up to find like different types of super tags. So holiday ideas, gift ideas, tasks, etc. So you can do a lot of things that we'll share more about going forward.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, this is great. Another shout out for Reddy this week in the Slack. He went to the effort of getting 170 of our command lines commands documented. So awesome to see. And he put it together as a Tana paste. So you can just copy that, paste it into Tana, and it comes formatted with a tag as well. So really awesome to see. Very useful if you're building Tana commands too, to have all of those on hand. So big shout out to Reddy for that one. So this one comes from Simon, just a fun one. Simon and Rosie run Ministry of Testing. They gave an awesome presentation last year on how they use Tana to manage their community. And Rosie runs Rosieland, which is an incredible community building resource and community itself, and one that's a big favorite of mine. So to see them exploring and showing that Tana is really important to their workflows was really just a fun thing to see. So waiting for the IDA Tana API.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Good one. Next one, and this one comes from Andrew Olschuler, who is one of our navigators as well. He created a very detailed and very thoughtful overview of Tana. It goes for about 45 minutes and released it as a YouTube video. He's got incredible reviews on it. I love it to watch. It really gets to the heart and essence of Tana relative to other tools. It has some very simple descriptions as well as great graphics to describe the difference. And it really shows what Tana can do, particularly for those who have maybe heard a bit about Tana or have tried it for a bit, or using other tools. So it really kind of stakes out the ground quite well in terms of what we do. Really worth the time to have a look at that.
Awesome.
And final one I just wanted to mention was the Tana Habit Club. So Theo, who joined the team, has been awesome. And Theo and I, and actually you're going to be involved next week too, Brage, coming into demo.
Yes.
We're running a 4-week club essentially to explore habit tracking in Tana. So Theo's created a few templates. We're also working through some different ideas from different books and trying to implement that together with others in the community. So it's really cool to see. We had, I think, over 140 people register, so we can just have a look and keep going and try and do this together as well. So we created put it in here. Here's the actual workspace.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah, overview. We have our live sessions each week. We've got the templates from Theo. We're going to do a habit board and habit tracking board, which we're calling Habitat, which felt better seeing it written than actually saying it to you now, but as a description. But anyway, it will do. And then just building out some resources too. So trying to ask some questions and pulling out some tactics from books and resources together. So off to a flyer with that one too, and really excited to see what happens with that over the weeks ahead.
Really cool. So stuff happening in the community. People can join the Habit Club. Where's the announcement?
Yeah.
Where can they find it?
It's all in Slack. We're going to keep it in Slack for now. And it's just in the announcements channel.
Awesome. So for anyone who's not a part of the Tana Slack community, that's the place to be to find stuff like this, all these community events and stuff that's happening.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
I think that's all from us this month. Although there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Obviously, as you've understood, I'm just gonna hide your screen.
Perfect.
Obviously, like the team has been heads down planning through getting mobile ready. Now that it's out, we have some other stuff that we're working on that people are really going to love. And then we're gearing up to actually launch and come out of stealth and show the world this thing that we've all been obsessed with now for years. So really exciting times. Definitely feels like 2025 is going to be a massive Tana year.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And agree totally. It's all to come and all happening right now. So high velocity, and a lot of energy.
Right. Well, you know what's coming, Matt.
Yes, I do.
How do you end the live stream? Should we just say bye?
Yes, we should.